Hey everyone, welcome back to another segment of The MCR. Mac and me, my name is TJ, and in this segment, from the land of Minneapolis, Minnesota, we got a liberal politician who is on the receiving end of some of her decision making. Okay? This
Karma, yin yang, reaping and sowing.
Yeah. It's a woman, and she is of Indian, as in the country of India, Indian and Sri Lankan descent.
Okay.
So I say that in hopes of properly pronouncing her name, and I do believe I'm going to be close here. Shivanthi Sathanandan, and I did have to practice that a few times.
That's a mouthful.
Shivanthi Sathanandan. And she's they have her as vice chair of the Minnesota DFL party, a vocal advocate for defunding the police. Well, short time ago, she was carjacked in the driveway of her home in front of her children. It sounds pretty violent. They broke her leg.
Wow.
And I don't know how many children she has, but it sounds like at least 2 were present at the time of this attack. And let's see. On Facebook, she details the event. Okay. And it's not too long, so I'm going to see how much of this I can read. Yesterday, my children and I were violently carjacked in the driveway of our home in Minneapolis. 4 very young men, all carrying guns, beat me violently down to the ground in front of our kids. The young men held our neighbors up at gunpoint when they ran over and tried to help me, all in broad daylight. Look at my face in the picture. Look at my face in the picture. This is the face of a mother who had just had the shit beaten out of her. A mother whose only thought was, let me run far enough and fight hard enough so that my kids have a chance to get away. This is the face of a mother who just listened to her 4-year-old daughter screaming nonstop, her 7-year-old son wailing for someone to come and help because bad guys are murdering his mama in the backyard. Her neighbors heard screaming in outrage, all while being beaten with guns and kicks and fists. Then she would continue, I have a broken leg, deep lacerations on my head, bruising and cuts all over my body, and I have rage. She says, these men knew what they were doing. I have no doubt they have done this before, yet they are still on our streets, killing mothers, giving babies psychological trauma that a lifetime of therapy cannot erase. With no hesitation or remorse, I'm now part of the statistics. I wasn't silent when I fought these men to save my life and my babies, and I won't be silent now. We need to get illegal guns off our streets, catch these young people who are running wild, creating chaos across our country. She kind of wraps up her Facebook tale. You could have been reading the obituary for me and my children today, but instead I'm here to write this. Look at my face. These criminals will not win. We need to take back our city, and this will not be the last you hear from me about this. So it sounds like a pretty violent encounter. Okay.
Yeah. Well, here's what they don't ever get. Oh, it was the guns. They could have done the same thing with little baseball bats you get from the ballpark. They didn't need a gun for that because there were 4 of them.
And
In
then
fact, had they used those little ball bats, she probably would be dead.
Them little baseball bats can be weapons too, big time.
Oh yes, big time.
Kind of putting this whole thing in perspective, in June of 2020, she had posted, "We are going to dismantle Minneapolis Police Department. Say it with me. Dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department." And then she would continue later with, "As allies, what can we do right now? Listen and learn from our Black siblings." And then amplify this message right now in this movement.
Do you have any Black siblings? Because I don't.
What's that?
Do you have any Black siblings? Because I don't.
I don't know. MPD has systematically failed the Black community. They have failed all of us. It's time to build a new infrastructure that works for all communities. If you are still disagreeing with that basic fact, I'm not sure what to say to you. Well, you know what? That's the end of her saying. You know what? And remember, she posted that in June of 2020. I don't know what to say to her right now.
She got what you asked for.
Other than you had it coming.
Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Well, she got it. And thankfully, her kids weren't harmed other than perhaps emotionally. I'm sure that was traumatizing for them to see what happened.
You know.
And you know what? Here's the thing. If I'm running out to help a neighbor, I hear that kind of screaming, I'm coming armed.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say, yeah, you better take a gun with you. You know? But
you know what? If I went out my front door with my gun and I saw who it was, I think I'd just go back inside.
Well, you know, she wanted to defund the police and coddle the criminal, and that's the thanks she got.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? Is she going to learn from this? No, because she thinks it was the gun that was the problem.
Yeah.
People who commit crimes clearly don't care about your laws. Why is this lost on these idiots?
And at the risk of someone thinking less of me, I just have trouble garnering much sympathy for her. It was horrible.
My sympathy goes to the kids.
Yeah, I was going to say it really sucked for the children. But as far as her.
And what'd she do? Call the police that she wants to get rid of.
For you. Know what? And she did make a police report. They did confirm that.
Yeah.
So yeah, she ran to the police afterwards, most certainly. The very department she wanted to defund.
Right. Okay? Dismantle.
Yeah, dismantle. So you know what? But people just won't learn. You know, they just won't learn, and they want to.
Well, Mama says, stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, big time. So that's all I got for this one. We'll call this one a wrap. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.